Oh boy, guys, we are not going to enjoy this one. I hope you guys are ready to cringe, because we are diving into the realm of conservative stand-up comedy. That's right, I know you guys are aware of the conservative comedian trend that really blew up a few years back, but there is still a decent amount of conservative comedians who pull a significant enough audience when they do live shows that they travel around the country as traveling comedians. They have large YouTube channels, and their entire brand is repeating the same 10 jokes that conservatives have used for the last 1,000 years. So no doubt we're not really going to hear anything too new or creative here, but I thought, you know what? Let's dive into it. Let's see some of the most accredited, most highly regarded right-wing comedy that has ever been put to screen, and see what they truly have to bring to the table. The person in question that we're going to be talking about is Ryan Long, a popular conservative stand-up comic, and we're going to be watching his stand-up special. It's a compilation, I guess, that is of his best jokes about women. So let's see this guy's top-tier, hard-hitting comedy. Oh, if you don't know this guy, by the way, I don't know if you ever saw this video, but there was like a skit video that went viral on YouTube back in like 2019, maybe? 2019, I want to say. And the video was called When Wokes and Racists Realize They're Actually the Same. And like, the whole video's point was meant to make a comedic point about how woke people and racists are the same because they both think about race. It's basically the whole premise of the video. But yeah, if you ever saw that one, this guy made that. This is the guy who made that viral video from back in the day. So, I already have an idea of what his beliefs are, so let's dive right into it and see what he's bringing to the table these days.
This is a fair question. Why do the women that hate men the most look the most like men?
My man, I hate to break it to you, but especially if you don't count the part of your face that has beard on it, from the mouth up, or especially the nose up with that like nose stud and the way your eyes are, dog, you look like a chick. Like, you got really weak eyebrows like women do. Like, women do not have thick eyebrows most of the time like guys do. Guys, we don't even have to try, and our eyebrows are thick and luscious. But girls, they gotta fucking work for that. Dude, you look like a chick. I'm sorry to break it to you. I mean, like, you look like a man and a woman had a baby, alright? I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, it's ironic that this dude hates women but looks like a woman. You know, if we're gonna make that joke, it kind of applies to him perfectly. But ironically here, once again, my point, I'm recalling back to that point I made earlier in the video about how it's the same 10 jokes that we've heard from conservatives for 1,000 years. This one is the, you hate men? Bet you're a butch lesbian. This is nothing new.
It's a fair question. Buzz cuts, men's clothing. That would be like if the leader of the KKK was wearing a do-rag, right? It's like the white race is the best race. He's dribbling a basketball, like beatboxing.
I can't deny he's got a whole crowd of people laughing, it would seem, unless they've just like bass boosted the fuck out of the laughter in the room. It's actually like 10 people laughing out of the like 100 in the room, but they've just made it really loud. Is he talking about himself? No, he's attempting comedy.
Loves black people, it looks like. I think sometimes people are a little unfair to women, because we'll say, oh, they're more crazy, but their craziness is just spread out. You all get a little, whereas guy craziness is centralized into one psychopath that has a woman locked in his basement. Girls, you know, girl craziness like 5%, 5%. Guy craziness is like normal, Hitler, normal, shoots up at school, normal.
That right there is the biggest self-report on this guy's experience with women that I have ever heard. He thinks that like every woman is just a little bit crazy, but in the case of guys, it's normal, psycho, normal, psycho. The fact is, he's clearly known and gotten closer to far more men than he ever has women, so he's noticed that pattern in men. But if he had known more women, he would have especially gotten to really know them. He would know that is the exact same pattern with women too. Normal, BPD crazy, normal, BPD crazy, normal, BPD crazy. You know, like, listen, all right? If you've gotten around a little bit, you know, okay? He's self-reporting here.
There was only one woman that ever shot up a school, and she went trans first before she did it. Isn't that wild? 20.
I feel that joke could have hit if he wasn't transphobic. That's the problem. He could have actually formulated a good joke from that premise that the only school shooter that was a woman was only born a woman and then transitioned into male before doing it, because every school shooter is a guy. Like, if you were willing to like validate the gender of a trans person in this situation, even just for comedic effect, even just as a joke, this joke would actually hit harder. But you can't do that.
5 years as a woman, no problems. 1 year paying for her own drinks. One.
Wasn't the person who did that, like, maybe not a minor, but not old enough to drink?
Now what? 1 year, $50? No, we just had 2 margaritas. That's how much they cost! No.
Dude, like, what is up with conservative men and they're, like, losing their mind over the idea of they're being expected to pay for things? Like, that's the social expectation, but that's the very social expectation they fight to preserve. Like, aren't you the same guys who are like, women forgoing getting married and having kids in exchange for a corporate promotion? It's like, well, the lady that you date with a corporate promotion probably isn't going to make you feel pressured to pay for her drinks when you go out together. She might even pay for yours. That's the ultimate. Listen, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I know dudes who've got chicks that pay for everything for them. Okay? All right, I know some dudes out there who have achieved things that would make this guy's jaw drop. And they are not conservative, I'll tell you that. The dudes who do that, who have achieved that, are not conservative.
Girls don't say that, right? Like, you should never judge a girl's past, even though statistically it's the best way to predict her future.
I mean, that's just a fair point.
But if a girl says don't judge her past, it was never that bad. If a guy tells you don't judge his past, that guy had a heinous fucking past. If you're hanging out with a guy, ask him some questions, he's like, I told you never to ask about my past.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, if you're hanging out with anybody and they ask you not to think about their past, then it's probably a red flag.
I had 2 kids, now I have 1 kid and I can't drink legally. Like a villain in a Steven Seagal movie. He signed this form from my parole officer that says I wasn't around any schools. I don't know, do you care, like, with your girl, like, who she was with before you? The way you said it, it made it sad. Yeah, no, that has been a problem. The cooler answer to not care. I wish I was that cool. Like, I don't give a shit. She has this dick, forget about the rest. My dick's like the Men in Black's dick. But I'm not that. When I first started dating my ex, she was like, oh, my boyfriend before you was a wrestler. And I was like, what? Which one? She goes,
wait, hold on. I think I detected an attempt at a joke there that he completely fucked up. But I think the foundation of a good joke is there. When he said, yeah, man, my dick's like the Men in Black's dick, I think what he meant by that was that his dick is like the neuralizer from Men in Black. It gives you amnesia after you've experienced it. I think was the joke that he was trying to make, but you have to admit that was completely butchered, right? Do you think I'm correct in, like, assuming that was what he was trying to go for, but the delivery on it was just completely fucked? Like, it's a clever idea for a joke, I guess, but he completely failed to construct it.
Doesn't matter. I go, it matters a little bit. Is it Doink the Clown? Is it Rikishi? John Cena? Is that your ex? Like, is he still into you? Are we gonna be hanging out? Your phone's going off? Oh, it's just my ex-boyfriend, The Undertaker. I'm gonna try to get hard knowing The Undertaker's got unfinished business? Start taking off my girl's clothes and the lights just go out. Boom! Boom! He's in the building! Look up, my girl's eyes are rolling back.
I'm so devoid of funny right now that I'm drinking water without a single hint of worry he might hit me with the surprise funny that makes me spit it out.
Her head. Undertaker standing in the doorway in a thunderstorm with my nuts in his urn. No thanks. But then I found out it was like an underground wrestler, so super lame. You guys ever been basically this, but wrestling? They don't even.
So much of conservative comedy is like the like bend. Have you noticed he's copying Joe Rogan's old stand-up a lot? Actually, it's what it reminds me of. The very exaggerated physical body language, like with the whole like bending over and making noises into the mic and stuff. Like it's a very yeah, it's like the stand-up comedy version of Loud Equals Funny. You know, those old MLG brain rot, you know, deep fried edits that used to be popular back in the day.
Give good speeches, like the one guy won, they hand him the belt and he comes up and he goes, thank you guys so much for coming out. You guys could, there's a 50-50 raffle. Someone could drive me home, that'd be great.
Listen, I don't want to be too mean, but I'm gonna be honest, like 100% real with this guy here. This dude's humor is best borne out in skits. I did not like his skit. I didn't find it funny, the wokes and racist are the same thing skit. Probably mostly because I just fundamentally disagree with the premise of the video, so I can't really find like, it's not funny because true if it's just fundamentally wrong. And so it just doesn't work for me. But I do think that his actual process works better when he's making skits than when he's trying to do stand-up. That's my personal take.
Do you guys think the first guy to put his wife in a burqa, she was just gross? Do you think that's possible? And he was like, what if we just cover him up? He's at parties being like, you guys don't even know, she's a 10 under there, dude. I'd love to show you, but you'd all try to have sex with her. It's... Honestly, I can't even now handle how hot she is. I make her give me hand jobs through the hole, brother. Yeah, I turn it into a jerka. Thank you. No, you guys are right, jerka.
The sheet with a hole cut in it for fucking is a different religion, by the way. I think that's what the Amish do.
It's not a good joke. No, you're right. I just have... no, I have to say it because I will be selling jerkas after the show. So, if you guys are interested, it's just a white burqa. It is a KKK outfit, but... They weren't selling.
All right, that one I can appreciate because the joke is just about them being racist.
So I got creative with the branding. I guess kind of most stuff. Like I do stuff for good. Like I have a backboard on my bed. That's not for me. I already have a backboard. It's called a wall. And we put a second wall in front of our wall because girls are needy. Even Donald Trump.
So we are now doing the men are minimalist and women are maximalist in the way that they like to design their living spaces joke. That has been done a trillion bajillion times in a million memes on Twitter.
Trump wasn't like, I need 2 walls. Do you know how much guys do shit for girls? Look at every other country where the girls aren't allowed to speak. The guys just wear pajamas all day long. Pajamas, sandals, to a wedding.
Actually, that's a good one. That's a good, I will say that is a good one. In the countries where women aren't allowed to speak, all the men wear pajamas and sandals everywhere that's a good joke, actually. You know what? That's a good joke. That is a good joke. Because everybody, I will say, that's real, okay? If you've ever had a girlfriend, or hell, I feel like if you've ever had a mom, which is most people, then you've been told, like, oh, really, you're wearing that when you try to leave the house in something comfortable, you know? So, yeah, okay, that joke's real.
Playoff beards all year round. Not even cricket playoffs. Yeah, exactly. What are you gonna do? The girl's just like, shave your beard. The guy's just like, habiba hawalawa, you know? Translation, you just bought 3 more years and not driving, bitch. So That is pretty wild, though, eh? Telling your girl she can't do stuff and then blame it on God.
Wow, yeah, what religion would do that?
Your girl's like, we want to drive. Why can't we drive? You're like, he's weird. I don't, you know. You put it in the book, and that's what the situation.
I like how that one I like how his comment about, yeah, it's crazy. Telling women they can't do things and blaming it on God. Like, the crowd got a, haha. Did you notice that? Like, the crowd's reaction was kind of a, haha.
Your girl's like, we want to drive. Why can't we drive? You're like, he's weird. I don't, you know. You put it in the book, and that's what the situation is.
It's like people are a bit like, oh, wait, hold on. Our book also has some stuff about women. Oh, uh-oh.
We can't do that here, you know? Your girl's like, I need you to come to a DJ event with 9 of my friends. And you're like, I'll run it by him, but I don't... Doesn't sound like something he'd be into, personally. You come back, you go, he must have been in a mood because he wants you to do the laundry. That's what he'd prefer. He was very clear on that.
I feel like I should clarify, by the way. I'm not like the brand of woke that can't find a racist joke funny. But it has to be funny. You know, and there are a fair few comedians. Most of them aren't really, like, conservative, but they're not necessarily liberal. They're kind of like, almost like a meta-ironic political position, where they're hyper-aware of the status quo of both political sides and do humor that's kind of jabbing at both, you know. Think like a similar position to where J-Reg is, but edgier, like way edgier. There's comedians I've listened to like that, and I mean, they'll drop slurs in their comedy speeches, and as long as it's, like, somewhat tasteful, I don't mind it. Like, there was a viral video that's been going around of people two people making fun of Chud the Builder, and it is 2 guys, black guy and a white guy. They're clearly very good friends. The white guy is wearing blackface. The white guy is wearing very poorly applied whiteface. And the black guy is wearing whiteface and dressed as Chud the Builder, while the white friend is dressed as a black guy while doing blackface. And they're recreating a Chud the Builder moment in public, where his buddy, where the black guy is saying, like, oh, he's chimping out, and calling him the N-word at the hard R. And his buddy, the white guy, is like saying, you racist piece of shit, and following him, and his black friend's just going, oh, this guy's chimping out, guys, he's chimping out, and like every person they pass on the street is laughing or trying not to laugh. Okay, I can appreciate some edgy humor, even when it incorporates slurs, even when it's 2 people doing black and white face, okay? But there's gotta be an element of, like, watching that video, I know that is 2 really good friends, and I know there's no, like, ill will between either party, and they're both laughing like crazy at this, and that's why I can appreciate it. But when it's just Chud the Builder doing racism in public, I don't consider that actual comedy. I don't appreciate it.
Exact words. Mysterious. So I was moving recently, and we were looking up moving companies, but because of the algorithm that kept showing us this one company that was like an all-girl moving company, like a shitty moving company, right? And honestly, I'm not even saying that to be controversial, but like, has any dude here ever been moving with his chick and halfway through is like, babe, you gotta start a company. You are crushing it. You gotta take this pro, baby.
Women are physically weak. Did you guys know that?
All right, how about this? All-girl moving company called the Ex-Wives, and they just take half your stuff. How about... Come on, that's a pretty good...
That is a joke tailored for a very particular demographic who has gone through a very particular event, if you cannot tell.
I do. You can have it.
Crazy how that joke about being divorced and the wife taking half of your things is the joke that got the most laughter from the crowd.
It's your idea. I'm kind of on the lady side, by the way, because I don't think I should be a mover, you know? I don't think anyone would be happy if you hired a mover and a guy like me showed up like, we're doing both couches? No, you want some retard from the suburbs with cauliflower ears. Where's the boxes, right? Guy looks like that. That's what you want, right there. I used to do UFC, I move now. Sandpaper fingers, right? They would destroy a woman's vagina if he fingered her, right? That's not my silky smooth comedy hands.
The joke of a sandpaper textured object entering a sexual orifice has been done too much for me to even get a cracked smile out of me.
I will say though, if you ever hire someone to help you move, you better not be there, because you'll never feel like a bigger bitch as a man than hiring another real man to come move cuck you in your own house.
Is this him saying he has no friends that help him move? I'm sorry, but you will never convince me that it is cucked to have a friend that helps you move. There is nothing fun or satisfying about moving on your own entirely. That is especially if it's in regard to trying to reduce the amount of time you're spending moving. If you're just trying to move twice as fast and not have it take twice as long, then yeah, get a friend to help you. Get multiple friends to help you, because I'll tell you this, when I was a kid, and me and my mom moved around a lot when I was younger, and it would have taken days to move if it wasn't for the fact that both my uncles often showed up and helped out, and that made moving like a single day task. Like, no one wants to move half their shit, then have to choose which place they're staying the night in. Like, fuck, okay, do I stay in the half moved into house, or do I stay in the half moved out of house? What's my... Which one am I choosing? Yeah, no one likes being in that debacle. One and done.
Two real men walk in like, all right, ladies, what do we... Oh, a guy hired us. All right, weird. Okay.
Move cucked.
You're just in the corner in the dark.
Oh, okay, I do have to mention, by the way, white man has been here. How can you tell? Cuck porn. What is it with conservatives and the fact that no matter what the topic of conversation, they find a way to bring up cuck porn? I don't know how they manage to do it. Cucking, cuck porn, all of it. They find a way to bring it up no matter what the topic of conversation it is. There's no way that you can have a conversation where they cannot find a little spot to wiggle the topic of cuck fetish and cuck porn into the conversation. And I do think that is a bit odd.
I'm the guy paying, brother. Slower. You like that? I'll pay you more if you sweat a bunch. Just turn you into a trad wife. You're like, you boys need some lemonade? They're emasculating you. Like, you'll tell you what, you can hold the wrench, kiddo. You're like, can I? Oh.
How long until he says something about the age of consent? I've got a conservative bingo. If he does, well... There's still like a minute left in the video. We'll find out.
There's a lot of arguments right now, like, should girls be allowed to breastfeed out in public? You know, and some dorks are like, no, and some guys are like, you could squirt it on me for all I care. All right.
Okay,
you guys
that's okay, yeah. That wasn't like a joke. It didn't get a laugh out of me, but that was humorous.
Like my suggestion, but I think...
Some dudes are like, yeah, squirt it.
Girls should be allowed to breastfeed wherever they want, obviously. But if the baby's full, you should have to offer kills to anyone in the vicinity. That's more than fair. Is that? All right, no. But let's be honest about what's happening. People are peeping, you know. There's girls on the internet that have like breastfeeding channels that have like 8 million views.
That is true. Though I will say, I think most people, are probably they probably consider breastfeeding in public uncomfortable because they are not able to destigmatize, or I guess unattach. I don't know. I'm detached. Sorry, that's the word I'm thinking of. The concept of like their sexual association with the breast, with the actual, you know, like I guess, you know, breasts are sexual. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, they serve biological purposes that are beyond and outside of sexual anything. And these same people, mostly dudes, who cannot detach the two things, see the act of breastfeeding in public, which is just feeding your baby so it doesn't die, as some kind of issue that is to be debated or needs to be argued. No, just a mother feeding her baby so it doesn't die. I like, we don't really need any discourse around this, all right? Like, let moms feed their babies. Who cares?
And they're like, you know, we're just helping new mothers. It's just 8 million new mothers. That's who it is. Just 8 million new mothers leaving comments like, wish I was the baby. Just new mothers. Classic new mother comments. Just another new mother just left a comment. You leave her Venmo, please?
There probably are a lot of new moms watching that. Like, okay, I'm gonna be completely real with you guys. If I was a woman and I was, like, having a baby and I needed to breastfeed said baby for the first time, I would not know where to start, bro. I would not know. I would be scared to try. Like, do I just squeeze it? Nothing's coming out. Do I squeeze harder? It's starting to hurt. Do I keep squeeze? I don't know. I would be looking up a guide, all right? I'm not gonna lie. If I was a woman, new mother, need to feed the baby for the first time, I would like to have a YouTube video guide, because I would not know what the fuck I'm doing.
Send you 100 of your feet in the pic. So yeah, just new mother shit. There are 0 internet pages where guys are doing testicular cancer exams and girls are signing up like, do the left ball. Like, right? You'll never.
Well, okay, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, these are not comparable in the slightest. For one, if you're a mother, which is a lot of women on Earth are mothers, believe it or not, you have to feed your baby and you have to know how to do so. If you're a man, testicular cancer is not a regular multiple times a day task you need to check yourself for, like feeding your baby is. It's nowhere near as important and immediate to get done right here and now as feeding your baby, as you can just go get checked for testicular cancer at a doctor. And most physicals you get as a man involve, your balls getting cupped and you turn and cough and they see if you've got any hernias or tumors in your ball sack. So, like, you're already getting checked for that somewhat regularly as a man. Yeah, like, this shit is not even close to comparable. Also, I'm just gonna tell you this as a man, most men do not even like to consider thinking about the possibility of touching their nutsack one day, and there's an unnatural lump there. Like, every man fears that idea to the point where it's almost better not to know.
Girls can sell their used underwear for more than what it was worth before. That's wild, right?
That was a good one. That was a good one, and there's a reason why that one got a scream from the one lady in the audience.
Someone sells used underwear, apparently. You know the power of vagina, that you put a garment on it and it doubles the value? Everything a dick touches is immediately worth less money. That is a fact.
This is actually good. Okay, no, he's cooking with this line. I don't know. This is clearly his #1 in this genre of jokes he's made, because this is clearly his best work.
Watch, give me your beer. I'm gonna show you.
Like, it's literally, it's true. It's funny because it's true. Literally, people successfully, like, you can literally sell, if you're a woman, you can sell all of your used underwear for twice of what you bought it new. You can. You can do that. If you find the right buyer, you can do that easily, and finding the right buyer won't be hard, unfortunately. There's a lot of weird guys out there, and they aren't hard to find. But as a guy, it is absolutely true, and like, especially if it's somebody else's. Anything that a dick has touched has instantly depreciated in value if it's a physical object. This joke, though, I'm sure he's going to try to apply it to women as well, though, as if women were objects like a piece of clothing. Or maybe he won't. Maybe he's not clever enough to make that misogynistic joke. Oh, I guess he's not clever enough to make that misogynistic joke. There you go. See, if I were a misogynist, I would have followed it up with, the same thing applies to women, am I right? The more dicks that have touched them, the less value they have, am I right, brother? Yeah, that's how they would be, right? But, yeah, I mean, listen, if I was a conservative comedian, I think that I would be very successful. I'd be very good at making misogynistic and racist comedy. I think I'd be good at it. Unfortunately, though, I'm a progressive, which means I have to actually be creative and interesting with my comedy. It's harder. It's like playing on Giga difficult mode. You can't just say a slur and have like 1,000 people laugh. Anyway, that was pretty nuclear cringe, but we survived it. We may be ghouls now, but we survived it.